What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. The EX part of the anniversary is upon us. I just wanted to take a little bit of time and go through this producer's letter that they released here, just announcing the EX part. I am about a day or two late on this one, but that is totally fine. There is still some juicy info to talk about in here, so we will go ahead and take a look through and see what
In
they've got for us.
conjunction with this
Let me
extra
see.
part,
How's the sound
the
here?
duration of
That
the
should be
sum of
good.
videos
Okay.
and in-game
Hopefully that's
events
not blowing
will
your
be
ears out.
extended. This time,
Yeah, we should be
will
good.
be presenting information mainly related to this extra part.
All right, so we got our boy
First,
Omatsu here and
is the
Ken.
event information for the extra part.
Okay, so they're
Alongside the
showing
extra
us some
part,
new
we'll
events that are going to
adding
be coming.
stages to these events.
Okay, so they're talking
We
about
will
the
be
added
adding
stages.
one stage to both Ultimate Red Zone Goku Story Edition and Ultimate Red Zone Vegeta Story Edition, and 2 stages to Battle Hardened Formidable Foes. Enjoy
Okay, awesome.
the
So
ultra difficult battles, now even more challenging than ever.
yeah, they said now even more challenging than ever. So obviously we know that all of the anniversary content has been ramping up quite a bit. I haven't even finished. Oh, there's so many new stages to play of all of these events. Obviously, I could have finished all of them if it was just in my normal like Dokkan battle playing time. I'd be able to grind all these out in like a day, but because I want to record videos on everything, I've been going through these much slower than I probably should be. So yeah, I'm not caught up on any of these events yet. In fact, for the Battle Hard Formidable Foes, I've only played the first 2 stages so far. So yeah, I still have a long way to go on a couple of these, but the fact that they're advertising these final stages of the event are going to be even harder. Good stuff. And it does make sense, right? Because there was quite a massive amount of power creep throughout the 10th anniversary, and they've just given us the largest amount of new characters that we've ever seen in a singular celebration, right? I'm pretty sure there's like something like 30 new characters. It's a lot. Like, but just between actual new units that have released and easy A's, super easy A's, things like that, there's been a ton, and there's still more on the way that we are actually going to be able to see a little bit later in the video here.
Next, we will introduce the new event that will be held starting from the extra part. Here it is. Challenge the Limits, Festival of Battles. This event is a huge gathering of characters who shape the history of Dokkan Battle. The battle consists of 50 phases in total, with enemies getting stronger as you progress. In the second half of the battle, you'll face very strong opponents. By clearing up to phase 25, you can earn a total of 25 Dragon Stones. After that, you can obtain a unique title every 5 phases.
Okay, interesting stuff. So it looks like we've got this new challenge event, the Festival of Battles. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this. There is one thing that people have been saying. So they did just announce it's going to be a 50 phase fight, which I am right now kicking myself that I have not said anything about in previous videos that I've been making in like speculation videos for the anniversary, because I was thinking about this at one point, that because we've gotten such like strong characters that do infinite stack over time, right? We have the new 10th anniversary Dokkan Fest. We have the 7th anniversary Part 1 Easy A's. We have the Namek Frieza and the Namek Goku. All of these units are infinite stacking, and they stack up so fast that they're capable of getting, over 1 million defense in only a couple of turns. I was thinking they're going to have to make some really long form content for these characters. And I have thought about for a long time how cool it would be to have some type of a meme fight that, the initial number that I went to in my head was 100 phases, right? Would be kind of insane. So what a lot of people have been saying about this is, because of all of those units that I just listed, people are very, very speculatory or like skeptical about this. That they're saying it's going to be the hardest Dokkan battle in Dokkan battle history. People are like, yeah, right. Even if the bosses hit harder than ever before and are, dishing like 15 million, damage super attacks and stuff, they're like, there's no way because all these other units have the ability to get to a level where they're basically invincible, that this will actually be the hardest in history. Well, my response to all of those people would be, you're not thinking about all the boss mechanics. There are 50 phases of this fight. I guarantee you, are going to see every single boss mechanic that has ever been released on a fight will be in this. There's going to be character locking. There's going to be super attack ceiling. There's going to be super attacks that stun you. There's going to be AoE attacks that you have to deal with. There's going to be, the boss will change the field of orbs. There's going to be like candy or bombs on the field. There's going to be rage meters and gauges that will cause transformations and things like that. There's going to be so many different things like that. I wouldn't even doubt it if so think about like the heroine battle, right? Where a lot of those parts of those fight aren't based around actually depleting a gauge of the enemy's health and then moving on, but it's like a special requirement. Like you have to select this amount of rainbow orbs in the phase in order to move on and stuff. I can imagine it's going to be things like that are actually making this the hardest in history, right? Because the hardest fights that we've ever seen have not been the hardest because of simply because of the stats of the boss, right? When we had like during the 7th anniversary, when the red zones first released, we had the movie Red Zone where Broly was dodge canceling and that was hurting. Oh yeah, that's another mechanic that we're definitely going to see later on in the fight, is the dodge canceling, right? But yeah, like dodge canceling is something that makes these fights very tough. All of these mechanics are what make them really, really difficult. Think about like the Goku and Frieza fight, right? From the Universe Survival Saga Supreme Magnificent Battle. That fight is hard because of a lot of those boss mechanics. So yeah, I think that there's a really good chance that this is going to be a completely bullshit fight and that it is going to take a lot of RNG to get through, and that's the reason why it's going to be difficult, right? So if, you're like, oh, don't worry about it, I have the new Anniversary Gogeta, he's going to be able to stack up, millions and millions and millions of attack. Well, when he gets sealed 10 phases in a row, that's going to hurt you, right? And when they set this up where there's no attacks throughout the entirety of the turn, except for one very hard-hitting super attack in slot 3, and you have to deal with that 20 phases in a row, well, that means that all of the most powerful units on your team that you would normally keep on rotation, you're going to be forced to rotate off, which means that they're not going to stack up as quickly because you have to keep rotating them off. And your rotations aren't going to be as strong each time because you're not actively able to pair the best linking partners together because you keep having to rotate off your best units. I guarantee you they're going to throw some wild stuff at us with this. I am very, very excited about this. This is the thing I'm looking forward to the most with the EX part. So yeah, can't wait for it to release. We'll have to see, to get some more information on it once it actually drops in-game. All right, so that's enough about that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next little bit of info here.
There will be an update here too.
Okay, yes. So I did talk about this in my last theory video for the update of the little 10th anniversary roadmap here. I assumed it was going to happen, and it did happen. They went ahead and added some extra slots here, right? So it looks like we're going to get 2 new characters from the GT space here added to the roadmap. So let's go ahead and take a look at which characters those are going to be.
Battle to become the strongest. Super
So
Saiyan
the
Goku GT.
Super Saiyan GT, Goku, and Vegeta.
Super Saiyan Vegeta GT.
So I believe they're about to just show us the kits and stuff. I'm going to skip over those, and we will do a separate video going over the kits for these characters, actually. But before I move on from this, what I want to point out here is that this was one of the theories that I had because of the Training in the Clouds EX skill orbs that you could purchase from the little Proof of Mastery shop. This guy was one of those characters that you could purchase the EX skill orbs from, and they did highlight that the characters that had those EX skill orbs were going to EZA during the 10th anniversary celebration. So we knew his EZA was coming. But then they threw in Vegeta as well. Vegeta did not get exclusive equips. So this poses an interesting curiosity because there are 2 other units that have not yet seen their EZA that did have those EX skill orbs, right? We have the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and we have the INT Super Gogeta. Both of those units are slated to EZA as well. Now, Here, let me jump back a split sec here, and we'll take a look at the roadmap again. Everything in this anniversary has been coming in pairs. Basically everything, right? We had the Buhan and Vegito EZAs right here, the Namek Goku and Frieza EZAs. We had the Kaioken Goku and Grade 8 Vegeta EZAs. We had the 7th anniversary LRs EZAs, and then even these two dropped in a pair. The Super EZAs for the Int Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then the Tech Perfect Cell. These dropped in a pair as well. And then everything else doesn't really count because those are all like new headlining units, right? Also the first anniversary Super EZAs. These dropped in a pair, right? So not all of these units were dual Dokkan Fests. Obviously, these guys were as part 2 of an anniversary. Those guys were as part 1 of the 7th anniversary. These guys were worldwide download celebration, so they were dual Dokkan Fest, and then these were as well. From the first anniversary. But the Buhan and Vegito were independent celebrations, and obviously these two released at very different times. But they still did release them in pairs. And then now we have another release of EZAs that's happening in pairs here. So I'm curious to see if they possibly will include some more EZAs with the other two, right? So they have been pairing Super EZAs with Super EZAs and normal EZAs with normal EZAs. So with the Blue Evolution Vegeta, when he gets his EZA, assumably before the end of the anniversary, I wonder if it's possible that they will also sneak in like maybe the actually I should probably make a cut and pull these units up. Okay, so we're talking about this guy here is one of those units that got the EX skill orbs, right? I think it is very possible that we see an EZA for this guy, the Int UI Sign Goku as well, just alongside him. These are both, units that are mid Dokkan Fests that aren't really usable at this point. Probably definitely too early for them to Super EZA, but it's basically guaranteed to happen for this guy. So I think if they do it for him, it would make sense that they could potentially do it for another unit as well. And I think this guy would make a lot of sense to pair alongside him, as they're both from Universe Survival Saga, giving us a highlight of that Goku alongside the Vegeta. And if not this unit, then I think it's also possible that they Super EZA the LR Goku Frieza, right? Giving a very good partner to the new Carnival LR Goku Frieza, that the reversible exchange unit, and also consider that this was the first LR in the game to get an EZA. Based on the JP canon timeline, this was the very first one to get an EZA. So it would make sense to me that it'd be one of the earlier units to get a Super EZA as well. That definitely could make a lot of sense. And then obviously, that still qualifies because this unit already is EZA'd, so he would be getting a Super EZA, and then either two of these units could get a Super EZA alongside him. So I think that's definitely possible. Throwing that theory out there now. So hopefully I'll get a little pat on the back if I am correct about that. And then for the Int Gogeta here, obviously, we have seen the pattern a million times that what goes along with these Super Gogeta cards, none other than a Janemba. And both of these two units are 120% leads, so it would make a lot of sense if they gave them their Super EZAs at the same time. When we do end up seeing this Int Gogeta, I do wonder if it's possible for them to pair in the STR Janemba here as well, which would be absolutely insane. That would be so cool, because obviously we do have quite a few very powerful Janemba cards with the physical LR and then the Int Dokkan Fest Super EZA. That could be quite exciting and amazing if we saw that as well. That would just make all of these teams here that you run him on, mainly Uncontrollable Power and Movie Bosses, just so even more exciting to run in the future. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to the little producer's letter video here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and skip through their kits. Like I said, I will make a separate video going over all of those character details. Let's see. Okay, so they've got the Goku here, and then the Vegeta. This does take up quite a bit of time, right? They do talk about those kits for a little bit, but those kits do look very good. So I will make a specific video highlighting those prior to the EZAs actually releasing. All right, let's go ahead and see what the next thing is.
Take a look at this.
Oh shoot. I need to talk over that. Whoops, that's licensed music. Okay, I'm just gonna keep chatting here then. Yeah, whoopsie. So yeah, obviously, you know, this is already released in game at this point, because I am a little bit late on this one, but we've got Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta has been added into Dokkan. Very exciting stuff. His animations look insane. This is a very, very cool looking unit. So there we go, the little surprise there that they've added even Dragon Ball Daima
Yeah,
to the 10th
Super
anniversary
Saiyan
campaign.
3 Vegeta Mini Daima from Dragon Ball Daima.
Sick. All right. Yeah, obviously his card
Like
arts
the
look amazing.
campaign,
This is kind of a little bit unnecessary for us to go over as the unit is already in game. I think, do they end up highlighting his kit as well? Yeah, they're showing off his categories, his leader skill, all that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and skip through this for now. Not going to be going over kits in this video. Just want to go over the basic information. But yeah, so his banner is already live at the time of posting this video. I definitely don't recommend that you summon on his banner. Glorio and Daimagoku did return. Glorio is definitely a unit that is worth picking up with red coins. So I would say if you have the extra coins around, then go for it. It's also pretty exciting that they did add pity for his banner as well. So, you know, if you get 200 of the limit coin, then you can pity the Daima Vegeta. You would need to spend 1,000 stones in order to get that many coins. I would not recommend it. I don't think that the banner overall is good enough. I think probably this is going to be a good time to skip, especially considering there's going to be a lot more Daima to come, right? We've got Saiyan Day coming up on March 18th. There is going to be a new unit, new banner for that. I would not be surprised if on Saiyan Day they release, you know, another major character from Dragon Ball Daima. I'll refrain. We're gonna hold out a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, before we start actively talking about spoilers and stuff from Daima. But to be respectful to my audience and to a couple of close friends that I know have not yet seen the series, I'll refrain from talking about any specific speculation, but yeah, it's very, very likely that we're going to see more stuff from Dragon Ball Daima come. And as you know, Glorio and Daimagoku already got a premature return simply to be a part of this Daima collab here. I think it's likely that we'll see the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and these units return very quickly in the future when, you know, new Daima content releases. So I wouldn't panic too hard about not being able to get these guys. I also don't know for sure myself, but I have heard a couple of things about the subparness of this guy's kit specifically, that he is not exactly a staple unit that you really need to pick up. So yeah, overall, I would say it's probably a good idea to skip these banners and just hold out for the next major celebration. But yeah, definitely very hyped that we are getting all this Daima content in game as quickly as we are. Okay, was there anything else? Yes. So the I believe this is the last little bit of content that they have announced here for the EX part, is the STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is going to be getting his Super Easy A, which does make sense as we just did get a new Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? So yeah, we will do a separate video, I guess, going over his kit as well. Maybe I'll just include him in the discussion. Like, I'll do a details video for the other two, the Super Saiyan GT duo. Maybe I'll just add him into that and do one video for all three of them. That's probably a good idea. But yeah, so they don't actually even go over the details of his kit in here. That is basically everything that they talk about, and then they just do a little closure. So yeah, there we go. That is what we have to look forward to here in the EX part. Like I said, we still have those two Easy A's that haven't been talked about. So it'll be interesting to see if before the end of the EX part, we do get an announcement for those Easy A's as well. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. Oh, the very last thing that I wanted to mention, though, they also obviously announced that because there is an EX part, all of the anniversary events are going to be extended. They now are going to be going away on March 18th instead of the original March 6th, which makes sense because if the anniversary was slated to end on the 6th and they had all the events like in the details and descriptions of the events say that they're ending on the 18th, that would have been a dead giveaway that the EX part was going to happen. But obviously they wanted this to be a bit of a surprise, even though if you're a longtime player of the game, you probably could have anticipated this was going to happen, right? So yeah, they did extend the life of the events, which is amazing for me because that means that the Training in the Clouds link leveling event that I've been playing, I get an extra couple of weeks to grind away in. So, all right. Well, that is all of the information that we've got here for the EX part. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.